Now, the main reason why we haven't been aggressively attacked more by terrorism other than 9/11 is because of the big pond that surrounds our country. The ocean has always been our greatest ally, but the ocean no longer holds any water when it comes to the defense of our great country. According to sources, there has been over 100,000 military-aged men, Syrian fighters that have crossed our border, but if you don't want to believe this number, I don't blame you. But remember, it only took 3 or 4 guys to carry out the tragedy of 9/11. The government desires to take away our rights to defend ourselves, and the main argument for them not allowing you to do so is that they want to defend you. But this is the same government that is handcuffing our police for handcuffing our criminals and investigating our military for war crimes supposedly committed while defending us to the best of our training and our ability. Getting in a firefight in downtown Baghdad, Iraq was like being fired at by thousands of machine guns and firing your own heavy machine guns in a super crowded, super Walmart parking lot in the middle of the day, and then the government coming in afterwards in investigating the path of each and every bullet. One investigation team I remember was sent to Iraq. They couldn't even leave their rooms to go to the scene of the crime because rockets were coming in. They were too scared. So if they can't handle a couple rockets coming in, how are they ever going to judge a firefight that they never could even fathom being in? Our military retention is at an all-time low, and this is why they're considering the draft. So it doesn't take a genius to understand that our country is in big trouble. If 9/11 could happen with several terrorists that came here with legitimate passports, how much more could tens of thousands that have been encouraged to walk over the border by our own government? Now put yourself in the sandals of Osama bin Laden 30 years ago. What's happening right now to our open borders would be a dream come true to him, because a few years ago it was extremely hard to get a terrorist over here. Somehow blend in, find people to protect him, house him, and then give him money for flying lessons. Now place yourself in the sandals of a terrorist organization now. We have completely solved all of these tremendously difficult problems for him. Did you notice that the Israelis were slaughtered, unfortunately, due to one main reason? They had no immediate personal defense weapons to grab in a second's notice, so instead they hid and were executed because they had no means to protect themselves. And as you can see, the government design to protect them was delayed in their ability to, because the government is always the second line of defense when it comes to defending yourself in your own homeland from an attacker. When's the last time you saw someone getting robbed and a police just appears all of a sudden and saves the day? It's very rare, because it's up to the citizen to do something about their own survival. Now, why is this so important for the upcoming years? Well, I have been extremely unfortunate to have most of my predictions come true, and so the next terrorist attacks will likely come as a result of sleeper cells waking up and appearing, making any school shooting look like a walk in the park. What's a sleeper cell? Well, 2 or 3 gunmen will pop up sporadically, fire on crowds, and cause enough havoc to strike the fear of death in everyone's heart, and this will be highly effective as it occurs more and more. Just ask the French. Take a honeymoon to the Eiffel Tower, and you will see full-blown military patrols in the background of all your nice little honey boo-boo pictures. When we see this happen, many people will wish they had the ability to protect themselves, because when you place restrictions on local law enforcement, such as sending them to jail for defending us, they simply delay their reaction times for fear of a jury finding them guilty. And where do you think all these Palestinian refugees will go in the coming months? You guessed it. The only thing necessary for evil to triumph is for good men and women to do nothing about it.